Good afternoon, and welcome to another awesome filmmaker interview for the 23rd annual Garden State Film Festival. I'm your host, Paige Ryans, and a little bit about the Garden State Film Festival. We're in our 23rd year. Wow. So the festival runs from March 27th through March 30th. You could experience over 200 incredible films. 200. I mean, wow. The films are from 14 different countries. They're screened across 9 incredible venues in Asbury Park and Cranford, New Jersey. And today I am joined with Iris Laddermilch with Silent Whinny. Hi, Iris. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. We're so excited to talk about your film today. Um, why don't we just start with just kind of your like an introduction and your role with the film?
This was my first official documentary, and I did the filming, interviewing, editing, basically the whole process solo. But of course, I have to thank the Westler family for their help, their welcoming, letting me come around the farm and be with their animals. Um, but yeah, it was a really great experience.
That was my fault. Sorry. Tell us a little about Silent Winnie.
Yeah, so it's the story of a um, retired but still working horse farrier who is hard of hearing, and his daughter who owns a farm where he sometimes comes and helps the horses. So his work is very tactile, and his connection with the animals influenced his daughter's connection with horses, and then her bringing the that animal to horse interaction further through her therapy services is just a really interesting way that this sort of love has been passed down through generations and brought out forward. Um, and yeah, it's central New Jersey, super cool. There's not too many farriers anymore, and yeah, learn a little bit.
I mean, yeah, that's awesome. I think like just seeing the generations and how it's been passed down, like that's it's cool to see in the film. And so, what was your inspiration, kind of for like what drew you to want to write about that?
Yeah, I can't quite explain it, but I definitely have um, I guess a certain appreciation for older people, probably related to my wonderful grandparents. And so, talking to my friends about their grandparents, I learned about the story of my friend Kira's grandfather. And that just became something I was thinking about when I decided I wanted to get started on this project.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. So, what was kind of the filmmaking process like for you? Like, were there any, or were you? Did you have any favorite moments? Were there any challenges? I mean, besides working with a horse, you love horses. I mean, it's an animal. Why not? So, tell me about your the filmmaking process for you.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting because I hadn't interacted with horses since maybe I was like two on a farm or something like that, but they were very welcoming. I learned about the way that horses can kind of sense the way people are feeling. So the more comfortable you got, the closer they would get to you. And it would actually be at some points where the lens wasn't, it was like too long to capture how close they were. So it was definitely very intimate in that way. And then otherwise, the interview was filmed in the barn. It was right before Dawn had to go to this event, and she ended up being late because we just kept talking and talking. She had a lot of really interesting things to say, and the whole interview was like it's much longer, but yeah, she brought me in a lot of directions I wasn't at all expecting.
Mhm.
And then the other part of the process was that I had planned to do an interview with my subject John, but he yeah, he had some health complications that actually made that hard. And we did a over the phone interview with his daughter there interpreting. which the quality there wasn't very good. So I was kind of worried about not giving him agency, not interviewing him, but then pivoting and working with his daughter ended up taking it in a really interesting direction. And it just kind of shows that documentaries aren't, it's not quite directing, I guess, which it felt more like observing and listening to a history. And that was really special too.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, like you said it best. Like it's just, especially when it's documentary, it's just kind of about that shift of it's a shift in the filmmaking of it. And I think, like, also like you said about how it worked out, just seeing it from the perspective of the daughter. I think it just really, I don't know, it was just a great like style, a great approach to it. So was there anything that you learned through this filmmaking process, whether about your filmmaking style or just anything that you want to apply to your next work?
Yeah, I want to keep working with animals. I actually hope to get into wildlife documentaries. So that's
Mhm.
obviously, I think it requires a little bit more patience and um, working with subjects who will be a bit less cooperative, less friendly towards people. But sort of the idea of like watching, being, letting things kind of happen and the
Mhm.
flexibility and just understanding the amount of time that it can take. These are skills that I hope will help me if I'm actually, fully in the field in nature a little bit more. And yeah, different
Awesome.
environment. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's great. I think um, it's like the world is your oyster, so you can kind of just do, especially when it comes to working in nature and with animals. So like I think that's a great approach. So look, we're looking forward to supporting you in your future projects as well. Um, what prompted you to want to submit to the Garden State Film Festival?
Yeah, so I'm from Jersey. This is a project in Central Jersey. I'm not currently in New Jersey, but it's just really nice to have all of these local festivals. You think of like New York, you think of LA, but there's a lot of, smaller filmmaking communities that are really special. And I think it's great that there's spaces to bring these people together, even though it's, like you said, we're representing 9 countries or something like that,
Mhm.
but to have it so close to home, that's really great. Local connections are really special. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And will you be joining us at the festival this year? I know
I
you're
hope.
you're not in Jersey currently.
Yeah, yeah. I have to check about the dates. It seems like it might not be possible since I'm right now in Toronto, actually. So it's a
Okay.
different scene.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think I know someone else from my school will be there, so I think Hopewell will definitely be represented. My high school, I mean, um, and I think it will be special either way. So yeah, come on out.
Absolutely, I agree. We'll be supporting nonetheless. So, and we'll be supporting you in spirit as well. Um, so that's great. I mean, you can check out Silent Whinny. It'll be screening at the festival on Saturday, March 29th at Asbury Lanes, Block 3, between 9:30 a.m. and 11:45 a.m. And so, unfortunately, Iris, since you won't be able to make it this year. Like I said, we'll still be supporting in spirit, but we're still so excited to have your film as part of the festival this year. 23rd annual Garden State Film Festival, March 27th through March 30th. You can get your tickets now at gsff.org/tickets. And congratulations again on the submission. And we'll be very happy to support your film being shown at the festival. So thank you for being here today.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much for your time and for all the programming work. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're so welcome. All right. Well, take care and have a great day. Okay.
You too. Have a good one.
Thank